We obviously were a different team the last 10 minutes or so. I mean, to hold Miami to 6 points on 2 3-point shots, one of which was a bank shot from the wing that I don't think was intended to be, and then the other one was their 5-man with 29 seconds to go or whatever. When Aiden was recovering from a ball screen, I mean, to hold those guys to 6 points in 10 minutes. You know, our offense at times wasn't very good, to say the least, but we cured the turnover woes from first half to second half, which we needed to. We were much more aggressive on the offensive glass. I think that will all stem from Dwayne Sutton's effort, and then Malik joined in. It was good to see, but we got to have more than 2 offensive rebounds at halftime and a lot less than 8 turnovers at the half. But be that as it may, I thought our guys, defended pretty much the entire night. The whole team, 27% field goal percentage and 18% from the 3, and they shot an extraordinary amount of threes, and we knew that coming in. But see 23-point shots in the first half, and they only scored 20 points. We used our defense when our offense wasn't there.
Dwayne, I think, was out there for pretty much the whole second half. What was he doing that made it so hard to pull him off?
I mean, he just plays so dang hard, and I think as I pulled him off at the very end, Lucas, I told him that, you gotta be that guy in the beginning of the game for us. You really do. And as much as I want to applaud him in the second half, he's been through enough wars. I mean, he's a 5th-year senior. He's seen so many different games, like whatever it takes to get his motor revved. I mean, he doesn't need a coach peeling the paint off the locker room wall to get going, or shouldn't need it. And I don't think he does. And so it was nice that he gave the tornado-like effort in the second half. And he's not alone. I need to see that to start the game and to play that way throughout the first half.
How do you feel about a 10-day layoff before Kentucky?
It is what it is. It doesn't really matter if I hate it or if I love it. I think it's good that our guys get a chance to see their families, even though it's not on Christmas, it's around Christmas, and they'll adjust and figure out, when Santa's coming down the chimney for each of the households, and then, meanwhile, the coaches will be doing everything we can to get ready for a really good team on the 28th.
Jordan maybe needed a little bit of time to get going. What did you think of his shot selection in the first half and just in general, even in the second half?
What did you think of it?
I'm not the coach.
Yeah. But you asked about it, so you obviously didn't like it.
I know what you said.
I mean, he took a couple really poor ones. And again, I'm going to keep saying the same thing over and over, and that's why we pulled him the last 4 minutes in the first half. He took an absurd shot, and so it wasn't just Jordan. We had other guys shooting quick, and guys weren't ready to offensive rebound. And, I feel like a broken record. I told the team in the locker room after the game, with so many 5th-year seniors on the roster and a system of play that I believe they believe in, they have to honor the process and be ready to do what we're supposed to do from minute 1. And so that's why we pulled him. And, again, he's one of the elite scorers in the country. He's being overplayed, he's being bumped, pushed, not in a referee should have called it type manner. That's what happens when you get circled on the scouting report. He has to let the game come to him. If we run a play for him, which we have, that doesn't mean that he shoots on that time. And he did the one time, that's why we pulled him out. He knows that. He's a very coachable kid. He gets too geeked up and has too much confidence at times. But it was corrected in the second half. He hit some shots, but we moved the ball much better in the second half.
Did you think the reason Miami was hanging around so much early on before, I guess, the last 10 minutes was because they were beating you guys on the glass a lot of the times, or was it something else?
I mean, that's a way to keep us, to keep up with us. I don't think we gave great effort to the offensive glass like we did in the second half. I thought Steve was MIA, and we're used to being able to go to him. I mean, when he ends the game with 1 for 3, 4 points against a 6'7", 270-pound center, that hurts our offense. And that's just the cold, hard facts. And we have to be able to rely on him to get paint touches and not settle for turnaround face-up jumpers from 15 to 17 feet.
Anybody else with questions?
It's 44-40. What's your anxiety level at that point? Do you think that this is a game that you expect to take control of at some point?
Well, yeah, I think that, you know, coming in, I knew we were the better team, but, you know, Miami gained their confidence because of some, you know, ill-advised shots and not good enough effort on the offensive glass to get the ones that we missed. And then I think the first 6-7 minutes of the second half, we struggled with ball screen defense like we really haven't all year. And then we corrected it without making adjustments. We did what we do better. And so I'm happy that we were able to sort of pick ourselves up and figure out a way to defend the actions that were hurting us. But again, I go back to fifth-year seniors have to be a little bit more ready to be the team that we practice to be every single day.
It seemed like the guard play was more consistent relative, I guess, to other guys on the team. What did you think of that as a whole?
Yeah, I thought Darius was terrific tonight. You know, they tried to play way off of him a few times. He had open shots. You know, I know he didn't shoot well overall from the field, but he hit a couple threes. I thought his defense was terrific. He gave great ball pressure. He blocked out. He was a pest when they were trying to find cutters off screening actions. I thought Darius did a really good job tonight for sure, and he played the most minutes of any of our point guards. You know, David, probably going to say the same song and dance for him for a while. You know, some good, some not so good. And I thought Fresh was solid.
We kind of talk about the human factor in these, and I don't know what your experience is on these like last games before break or whatever. You don't expect fifth-year seniors to struggle with it, but is that a factor too in these games?
You know, you never know where 19, 20, 21-year-old guys' heads are at. When they know they're going home to see their family, they probably have their bags packed. But, you know, we can't pack our minds before the deal's done. We talked a lot about it. Just happy that we were able to finish the game the right way in such an overwhelming fashion the last 10 minutes. But, yeah, I mean, you always worry about that as a coach.
Chris, what will the plans be? Will you give them a few days off now?
Yeah, they'll have a few days off, and then, you know, we'll reconvene well before Christmas, so they won't have Christmas at home or Christmas Eve, or, you know, really by the end of the weekend they'll be back. So they get a couple days, and then we'll turn their attention to a good team for the 28th.
One more here. Chris, how do you coach killer instinct? Is that something that, from your experience, that your team just has? And you know, you mentioned having the experienced guys who should come out playing from the beginning. Is that something where?
Well, the other team gives scholarships too. You know, I know that, you know, we're Louisville, but you know, they're really incentivized when they walk into the Young Center. You know, they have an opportunity to, you know, play their asses off and play the number 3 team in the country. And, you know, every contested shot for a little while is going to go in. They're going to be all excited. But, you know, I think you saw in the last 10 minutes who our team can be. You know, so, you know, I didn't think we had hit the panic button by any means. I thought our defense completely clamped down. We had a season high 10 kills, which 3 stops in a row is a kill. So I've been preaching to these guys all year long that there are going to be nights when our offense isn't clicking. You know, when we're missing shots, when teams are really disciplined to block out, we can't get second shots. And they don't turn the ball over because they're really trying to work the clock and get a good one. And it's nice to know that, you know, in those times you can really hang your hat on the defensive end. For us to get 10 kills in a game that, you know, for 30 minutes they were right there with us, I think says a lot about, you know, our ability to get stops.
Thanks, Coach.